Kelly Ripa has never been one to hold back her opinions, her laughter, or her perfectly timed eye rolls on Live with Kelly and Mark. But apparently, there's one thing she's been holding in for years, and it might just be her undoing. "I'm a sneeze holder," Ripa confessed dramatically on Friday's episode of Live, clutching her chest with mock guilt. "I've been doing it for decades. I just thought I was being polite, but now I find out that I could literally explode." Her husband and co-host Mark Consuelos looked both amused and horrified, as he so often does when his wife makes a confession that sounds half like a punchline and half like a cry for help. "You mean to tell me," he said, narrowing his eyes, "that every time you pinch your nose and do that weird silent face thing, you're risking your life?" "Apparently," Kelly shot back, raising her hands. "This is not a joke, Mark. I'm a ticking time bomb, one sneeze away from total system failure." The studio audience roared, but underneath the laughter was the unmistakable hint of sincerity, because Kelly Ripa, for all her humor, had clearly just learned something that shook her. The segment that blew the lid off, or nearly blew Kelly's eardrums out. The revelation came during a morning health segment where Dr. Greg Post, a guest physician, discussed everyday habits that secretly harm you. Most of the items were mild: bad posture, crossing your legs, not drinking enough water, but then came the bombshell. "Number 5, the doctor said cheerfully, "holding in your sneezes. It might seem polite, but it can actually be dangerous. Sneezing creates pressure up to 100 miles per hour. When you suppress that, the air and pressure have to go somewhere, often into your sinuses, ears, or even bloodstream." Kelly froze mid-sip of her coffee. "Wait," she said slowly. "You're saying I've been basically detonating mini explosions inside my head all these years?" "Pretty much," Dr. Post said with a shrug. "There have been rare cases of ruptured eardrums, torn throat tissue, even fractured ribs." The audience gasped. Kelly's jaw dropped. Mark, ever the straight man in this duo, simply raised an eyebrow. "Hold on," he said, pointing at her. "You do that all the time. You never sneeze like a normal person. You just make that creepy inhaling sound, and then your eyes bulge like a cartoon character." "That's called grace, Mark," Kelly retorted. "I was raised to be considerate. You don't sneeze in public like you're in a leaf blower commercial." A lifetime of sneeze suppression. Later in the show, Ripa elaborated, because of course she did. "I come from a family of sneeze holders," she said, as if describing a noble lineage. "My mother would say, 'A lady doesn't make noise when she sneezes.' So I learned to do the polite thing, clamp down, smile through the agony, and pretend nothing happened." Mark shook his head. "This explains so much about you. The bottled-up emotion, the random bursts of energy." "Oh, please," Kelly said, laughing. "If sneeze energy could power me, I'd be a nuclear plant." But she wasn't entirely joking. She admitted that suppressing sneezes had always made her feel weirdly pressurized, especially during allergy season. "Sometimes my ears pop," she said, "or my eyes water. I just thought that was part of life. Turns out it's my body begging me to stop being a control freak. I'm basically living on the edge." By mid-show, the conversation had evolved into full-blown comedy chaos. Mark asked, "So what happens now? You're just gonna start sneezing openly on TV?" Kelly put on her most dramatic face. "Well, I can't risk internal rupture, Mark. The people need me. I have to let it out." He smirked. "That'll make the teleprompter guy's job really fun." "I don't care," she said. "I'm a liberated sneezer now. But fair warning, if I suddenly let out a big one during the cooking segment, don't act shocked." Mark grinned. "Oh, I'll act shocked." "I know you will," Kelly shot back. "You'll make a face like I just summoned the apocalypse." The internet sneezes in solidarity. Of course, the moment went viral. Within hours, clips of sneeze holder Kelly trended on X, formerly Twitter, with fans both laughing and confessing their own sneeze sins. One user wrote, "Kelly Ripa finding out she's been living with sneeze danger like it's a secret superpower is peak Live. Energy." Another joked, "We're all just ticking time bombs with sinuses." And inevitably, someone edited a slow-motion video of Kelly dramatically clutching her nose with ominous action movie music playing underneath. The caption, "Live, with Kelly and the explosion." Dr. Post's verdict, "Just let it out." Later in the show, Dr. Post returned to offer some final advice and reassurance. "The good news is," he said, "if you stop holding sneezes, your body can handle them naturally. Cover with your elbow, step aside, but let it out. It's not just harmless, it's healthy. Sneezing clears irritants and protects your sinuses." Kelly sighed. "So basically, all those times I was trying to be polite at the dinner table. You were secretly declaring war on your own eardrums," Mark finished. "Exactly," she said. "Do you know how many fancy events I've nearly ruptured something at? I once held in a sneeze during the Oscars because I was sitting next to Nicole Kidman. I didn't want to scare her. I could have died glamorously." The Great Sneeze Reformation. After a commercial break, the show came back to find Kelly holding a tissue box like a trophy. "This," she said grandly, "is my freedom." Mark rolled his eyes. "You're really going to commit to this, huh?" "I'm committing to life, Mark," she said, standing. "To lung expansion, to sinus liberation, to not rupturing my own skull." She then pretended to sneeze, an over-the-top, cartoonish explosion that had the audience in stitches. "Asichoo, there, see. No one died, I feel amazing." Mark clapped slowly. "Bravo, a true breakthrough moment in daytime TV." Kelly smirked. "You joke, but this is science. I could have burst a blood vessel last week, and now I'm practically a public health campaign." Fans want the sneeze challenge. Within hours of the show airing, fans were tagging Live with their own sneeze liberation videos, a viral trend where people filmed themselves letting out dramatic, unapologetic sneezes. The hashtag #LetItSneeze racked up thousands of posts. "Kelly Ripa told us to sneeze freely," one viewer wrote. "I sneezed so hard I scared my cat. Worth it." Even Mark joined in the fun later that day, posting a clip on Instagram where he dramatically faked holding in a sneeze, then whispered, "I'm living dangerously," before bursting into laughter. Kelly commented, "You're gonna blow your head off, Consuelos. Let it out." The final word. At the end of the episode, Ripa wrapped things up with her trademark mix of humor and sincerity. "Listen," she told viewers, "I make jokes, but this really got me thinking. We do so many little things out of habit or politeness that might actually hurt us. Whether it's holding in sneezes or holding in stress, it's time to let go. Life's too short to implode over a pollen particle." Mark nodded. "I'll sneeze to that." Kelly grinned, handing him a tissue. "Careful, you might need this. It's allergy season and apparently we're both ticking time bombs." The audience erupted in laughter, the perfect close to a morning that started with a sneeze and ended with a revelation. Sometimes, the healthiest thing you can do is make a little noise.